For the price of a Toyota Corolla, you can now own an apartment in Dubai. Let me show you how. With a down payment of just $27,400, you can get a one bed in this project from GFS Development.
This is Warsan from Think Turkey, and I'm joining you from Dubai from one of the most affordable and premium developers, GFS Developments. So GFS has projects all over Dubai, starting from JVC, Production City, DIC, Warsan 4, we've got Dubai Land, and lastly, the most famous one, which is Dubai South, with Maktoum Airport right there. 1 million people coming in, that are going to live in this community. So we've got multiple projects actually all around Maktoum Airport. So that's why I would say GFS is preferred developer for investors looking to hold on to property for at least 4 to 5 years, and then you'll see very good appreciation with this investment. So as you can see from this model here, this is the project that we're looking at, right in Dubai South. So we've got multiple projects actually ongoing in this region, in Dubai Industrial City and Dubai South. So we have, very good proximity with the Maktoum Airport. We've got the Expo City, you've got the World Trade Center expansion that's happening. So we're talking about a huge number of people that are going to be looking for residences. There's a huge demand they're saying projected demand is about 100,000 residents, and we are looking at the deliveries of about, expected 70,000, but even that's going to be hard to deliver. So realistically, around 30,000 units will be handed over with a huge demand coming there. So you can see the amenities now with this project, right? So it's a kind of a smaller project. It's not a huge community, but that's where the price comes in. And you've got all the, you've got all your basic amenities, right? You've got your swimming pool, you've got your gym, green area, playgrounds, terraces on top. So you've got all parking, everything is there. The quality itself, you're gonna see in the show apartment that they have not sacrificed on quality at all. You'll see the finishing is very good. You've got appliances that are like German appliances, Siemens. So you've got all of that, and you've got it at a very affordable price. All right, guys, so come on in and let me show you the show apartment here. You can see that they've got the automatic system here, PIN code and everything. Here inside, you can see you've got this lovely kitchen, very good finishing, nice countertop, nice cabinets. You've got your, appliances, German appliances, so all Siemens. Got your washer dryer, you got your stove, fridge, everything is very seamless, so very built-in, the cupboards. The finishing is really, to be honest, it's very nice. The finishing is very good. Moving on, let's show you the children's bedroom over here. You can make this a second guest room or a study if you want. So you've got enough space for a single bed. A very nice finished bathroom here, so you can see the sink. Of course, it's floating, toilet, everything. Very nice, luxury, sort of minimal look they've got going on. So you've got this island. The living room itself, all these panels and stuff, they come with the house itself. So you don't have to do any of that. All you need to do is get the furniture, right? So that's yours. So you got a decently spacious, living room, balcony. You got your dining for about 4 people. And if you have the island, you got another 2 there. And of course, it's centrally, all the AC is all central. Here is the master bedroom. You can see that the master bedroom is quite spacious. You've got a large size bed over here, enough room for side tables. And then you've got really nice built-in wardrobes. So on both sides, you've got enough storage space. Air conditioning is all hidden, seamless, everything else. Let's take a look at the bathroom as well, because this is a very nice bathroom. The design, I am, quite impressed, quite surprised, to be honest. Look at how, these small details, even the color scheme that they used, the shower system, even this glass. This is something, the small details they've seen, the color palettes here, right? The gold and the darker gray and the light gray on the floor. Even look at the sink, right? So the sink itself is very practical, but looks very nice. And you've got some storage here, nice mirrors, right? So very impressed by the interior design of this project. The best part about this developer is the payment plan. So you've got 60% during construction and then 40% after you even get the keys. So this is not on handover. Actually, you're still paying 3 years once you get the keys. So what you can do is put the property on rent, take that rental income and use that for your payments, right? So this makes it very easy. It works out to about 1% monthly. So this is the advantage of this developer, and you won't find this anywhere in Dubai.
Now hold on for a second. I promised you this at the beginning of the video, so I'm going to explain you exactly how you're going to get this. So this is the property basically that you are going to be buying. It's going to cost 504,000 dirhams, right? And the property, the down payment of this property is the $27,400. Let me show you how that's going to work. So here it is. It's a one bed property, and the down payment, it says here on the top bottom left, you can see 5% down payment, 15% in 30 days. So 5% is just to book it. So let's take it at a 20% down payment, right? And then you've got 24 months, you've got that 1%, then 20%, then again 1%. It's all a bit confusing, so I'm gonna just break it down for you here. First of all, let's talk about the location. It's located in DIC. What is DIC? Where is it? So that's Dubai Industrial City, which is located in Dubai South, which you've probably been hearing about. And it's right next to Al Maktoum Airport. Now let me walk you through this investment here. The price is 504,000 dirhams. What does that make in dollars? About $137,000. Now hold on. You're not paying this all up front. You're paying 20% down, right? The next 24% you're paying monthly, right? Monthly meaning over 2 years, you're paying 1% a month. So it's 24% over the next 2 years. Once that construction is done, then you're paying another 20%. So in total, that's 64%, right? That's before you get the keys. Once you get the keys, now it's going to be 1% for the next 36 months, right? So now you have the keys, you put it up on rent, right? Maybe you lose a month depending on how long it takes for you to get a tenant. Now you're paying 1%, right, for the next 3 years. Are you paying that, or is your tenant paying that? Let's have a look, right? So you're looking at how much is 1%. That's about 5,000 dirhams. How much is that per year? 60K. What's the rental income in Dubai South right now? And obviously 2 years later, that's inflation and so on. How much is that going to be? So we're looking at, let's take it at the current numbers. So currently, if you take a look at Bayut or some of the property finder, you're going to find in Dubai South for a one bed, you can get it around 60K, right? Anywhere between 50 to 70. So let's take it an average at 60,000. So basically, right now, you're getting it at 60. In 2 years, who knows? Inflation, cost of living rising, and so on. Rents are going to rise, possibly, right? So at this point in time, it actually makes a lot of sense. So you're not even paying anything from your pocket, right? You're not going to be even paying a single, let's say, worst case, you're paying a few, a few $100, a couple $100 maybe, right? At worst case. So basically, this is going to be 3 years. Someone else pays your payment plan. Your tenant pays it essentially. Let's come back to this slide, right? So before the construction, because after construction, everything is pretty much covered by the tenant. So I want to bring you back here. What do we need to get started? What is required? How much of a capital do you need? So let's take a look, right? So the full amount is, let's talk in dollars, 137K. You need 20% down. So you need about 27, like let's say 30K basically, right? You need that. You need that 30,000, right? Then after that, you need to pay another, over the course of 2 years, that other 30,000 roughly. Then on completion, you need 30,000, right? So you're looking at what, 30, 60, 90, like about 90K roughly. So this is kind of what you need, right? Like during the construct, before you complete the construction. After that, it doesn't matter. So you need to look at yourself. Can I pay, first of all, I would say the 20% on completion, that is something that you need to worry about. How are you going to get that taken care of? The 1,300 a month, you should be able to squeeze that, right, throughout the 2 years. Every month, try to save that 13, 1,400 dollars. The down payment you can get, the completion also, you can figure out a way. So if you can get this part done, The after that is, is pretty much fine. So that's why I would say that this deal is very, very special, because it's basically for anyone who wants to really get into the real estate in like market right now, who really wants to get started with investments in real estate. This is perfect for you as a beginner, right? So if you're somebody, you're just looking to get into the Dubai market and you're really not sure what to do, and you just want to start off very slow with a very small budget, this is where you do it. Now I'm gonna go into the other property here, right? The other one is around 515K. This is, they've got different projects going on, right? So this is a slightly different concept. It's got like a pool and it's got more amenities and so on. So this is a studio now. So it's got a little bit more fancier style of a project, versus the other one. The other one was a bit smaller. This is going to be a bit more large scale. Then they've got something interesting. They've got something in Warsan 4. Warsan 4, they've got a studio which is around 560K. Now, what is Warsan? Where is Warsan exactly, right? And why am I bringing this up here? Now, let's say you are not sure about investing in Dubai South. You're worried in this area. I don't know, it's so far and everything, right? I have for you something which you cannot object to, because this is located in a place. Here is Warsan 4. So Warsan 4 is basically right next to Dubai International City, where already hundreds and thousands of people are living here right now, working professionals and families, right? They've got bachelors in one part of International City and the other part is families. So this is where Dragon Mart, the whole Dragon City, the mall is, right? The Chinatown Mall, basically. So you've got right next to that is Warsan 4, and that's where we have a project. So imagine that. Now this here, you can be sure that you will be able to find tenants here. So, and I'm giving you almost the same price, 558,000, and again the same payment plan, right? 20%, then 1% monthly for 35 months, so even longer pre-handover, and then after that you are paying, wait a second, 1 second, so 10. Here the payment plan is slightly different here. So here, give me a second, 20% down, then you've got 35, so around 55% is going to be during construction, right? 55%. No, wait, and then handover. Upon handover, you're going to pay another 10%. So 65% is going to be, let's say, during that construction phase, but you have longer time than the other project. You have 35 months, so almost 3 years, basically. Then you've got another 3 years, 35 months, 1 month less than 3, for the remainder of which is the remainder of the 35%. So slightly, in the other case, it was 60-40. Here it's 65-35. So that split is slightly higher before and after construction. But of course, the location is better. So slightly, if you can stretch a little bit on your budget, slightly, you can get something. And if you're not sure about Dubai South, here's Warsan 4, which you cannot object to because of its location and proximity to the entire current residential areas. Right, so this is what we're looking at, guys, with GFS. Again, get in touch for details. We can have those discussions with myself, with my team, and we can help you choose the right place, and at a very low price. All right, take care. See you next time.